Hello, this is Jon Miller, the creator of The Rest of Everest. I think I can safely say that this show is, without a doubt, the most in-depth look into the entire experience of what it takes to climb Everest, as well as some other peaks throughout the Himalayas. But all of the events in this series are shown in chronological order, so if you're new to the show, please go all the way back to episode 000 and watch everything in order. That's truly the best way to enjoy it. Thanks.
This is the Rest of Everest video podcast, an almost unabridged expedition experience. Episode 99, Up to the Bottom.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Rest of Everest. I'm Jon Miller. As always, I'm joined with Ben Clark out in Telluride. How's it going, Ben?
It's awesome, John. Yourself?
I'm doing great. This happens to be the 99th episode of the podcast, but officially it's the 100th since we started with 000. But enough. That's about as much fanfare if I want to do about the 100th episode.
Whatever. I sent John a platinum bust of himself that said 100. Way to go, buddy.
You have so many of them laying around, Ben. So, you know.
Well, you had the bronze one, you had the gold one, you had the silver. I thought platinum would be a nice thing. It's hollow because I couldn't afford pure platinum, but hey, you know, it's there.
And I'm also joined, happy to be said that we're joined with Josh Butson as well. So how you doing, Josh?
Hey, John, how's it going? I'm doing well tonight.
Yeah, I don't suppose you have any platinum for me.
No, I was going to send you an email after this to say congratulations and all.
Caught you a little bit unprepared. I'll expect one next week. So,
okay.
But anyway, this week we actually will make it to base camp on Annapurna 4. This is the episode where everything's going to start to shift a little bit. We'll be off of the approach and we'll actually be on the object of the entire expedition here. I've seen all of what's coming up and just some beautiful footage, as I've said before. And I'm really excited. So since my pockets are laden down with platinum, I'd say let's get up to some altitude and really feel the burn. So let's head back up to, we're not on the Annapurna circuit anymore. We're now actually headed towards Annapurna 4. So here we go.
Good morning, everybody.
Breakfast time in the Himalaya.
Not a bad place to wake up to.
Now, is this, you guys were mentioning in the last episode that you had several places that the porters were saying, yeah, this is base camp. Is this one of those fake base camps that you spent the night at?
This is the first one.
Okay.
And then this is looking up at the ridge between Annapurna 3 and Annapurna 4. It's big.
Just got some ski lines back there.
There's Josh Butson, and there's Chulu East, I believe, in the background.
That would be east.
Actually, there's Josh wearing pants, because you've been in shorts the whole approach up until this shot. So.
Yeah, I do have to bring something up. My wife told me I have to get a new pair of shorts for the next trip. For all of you who've watched these podcasts and seen those worn out soccer shorts. Never played soccer officially, but I had the shorts. Those are going on roughly 12 years. Therefore, I was told I have to look more presentable for our next trip if there's any filming.
Good to know. Good to know.
So I may have to go out and invest in another pair of shorts one of these days.
I think you should get some leather shorts.
Leather.
Like that guy,
some Lederhosens or whatever they're called.
Like
they're called.
Green Lederhosen or some of those, like the ones at that Fat Alley place where they serve barbecue here in town in Telluride. Those are pretty funky.
Tim actually has a pair of those. He was going to say he could lend to me.
There's a classic Himalayan landscape blast tree for a long time, or so we thought.
Now, all the people that we see in this footage, they're absolutely going to be your crew, porters and whatnot. They're not tourists anymore, right?
No, there's all just porters, and there's Tim hanging.
Yeah, until we get to base camp, you'll be seeing our folks that helped us get to where we're going. Many thanks out to them. A little perspective on how big things are. That's that valley that we actually came up from. One of our female porters.
The tump line rolling through with about 50 pounds on her back or on her head. Georgie
There's
doing
Georgie.
stuff.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're all starting to kind of think, I'm not really seeing the line over there to base camp, which I know is over that ridge in the middle.
Yeah, but we saw this other trail off in the distance, alluding to maybe we're on the wrong trail.
And then here's the star of the porters. This man has more acclaim and more good things coming to him than anybody. We named him the Chitwan Rhino. He is the toughest looking dude in Nepal. I mean, he's straight up like, you wouldn't mess with this guy. I would give him food, I'd give him water, pretty much anything I had if I ever stopped next to him, and would just kind of walk away like, wow, he talked to me. He is tough.
He was. He's in pants here too, actually.
He's in the same outfit the whole time.
He actually had shorts on at one point. And I get to see those calves, and those calves, he looked like a bike racer. They were ripped. He was definitely an incredible guy.
He could stomp you.
But he did not like his picture taken. Ooh, don't like. Go away.
Yeah. I will go to the right.
So we are at about 13.6, and expedition life is going now. We've had a pretty good time up to now. We've got a great team, really great kind of extended family of Sherpa and porters. But they're pretty upset right now because one of them thought that Annapurna Base Camp was where we're standing, which it most definitely is not. If we have to go over this stuff, we're not going to make it even to the mountain. There's a lot of technical rappelling and all kinds of stuff just to get there from here. So we took a wrong turn. A 13-year-old boy, one of the porters, had said he'd been there. We've all been 13-year-old kids before, so we're not going to get upset. But yeah, we are still a long way from base camp. Now we're going to end up with a 7,000-foot day to get to our base camp when it should have been about 4,000 feet. So here we are in the Himalaya, making it happen. And, it's cool. In a couple days, we're just going to be chilling out, resting anyway, letting it all go, and having a good time. It's whatever. Oh, whatever.
Down we go. There's the ski bag.
Ski bag, yeah. There's the hillside we just succeeded in going up to go down. It was good. It's good acclimatization. Can't speak. Sorry.
That's a hard
good
word,
way to
right?
acclimatize.
That is a hard one.
There's nothing like a 7,000-foot day on a trail. Tim cruising. I mean, it's kind of losing the trail. We're just bushwhacking now, trying to figure out how it is we get up and over this next ridge.
There were some hidden treats while you're walking through this stuff. I think Tim actually says something here in a minute about it.
Nice cactus.
A little bit of scale for you. It's looking up towards the ridge that we were talking about earlier, in between Annapurna 3, that would be over that way, off in the distance, and Annapurna 2. I love this shot. I get some good still photos of this too. Not with myself in it. I think Ben did a better job with the camera.
To east again in the back. Beautiful valley. Really interesting.
I think I was contemplating the trip. Oh wait, there's a camera down there. Oops, sorry.
So what are you looking there? What's that peak on the left there?
That one right there?
Is that
that would be... Is that 2? No.
It's 4.
Is
That's
that 4?
it, huh?
Yeah.
Just looks really rocky from that angle right there.
Yeah, nice forced perspective. It's beautiful stuff. So this is looking down the trail at
Yeah,
the porters.
The porters coming up. So as usual, we just kind of hammered out the trail, and we'll be ahead because we had really light loads, and we wanted to really get up there and figure out where on earth our base camp was.
You want to do a little bit of scouting and figure out the easiest way to get everybody up there? Ooh. We would be at base camp.
So we get there, and there's Chitwan Rhino right there in the middle of the screen. Yeah, buddy, looking good. So we get there, and no one's got any clothes for cold weather, and they had spent a lot longer on the trail that day than anybody expected because they thought we were going somewhere totally different. So we just hung out and gave them a bunch of warm clothes to wear while the Pasong and Dorji made them some tea, and then they got paid, and then we tipped them, and it was pretty cool. We started missing them. There was a big crew, as you can tell. We don't climb with a whole lot of gear. I mean, Josh and our packs probably don't weigh 45 pounds tops with their skis when we're climbing, but the deal is you're going to be there for 3-4 weeks, Chitwan Rhino, and you're going to need some food for that long. You're going to need some propane. You're going to need at least, we had a bare bones minimum deal. We had like a cook tent, we had a dining tent, and we had 2 tents to sleep in. So we're very minimal impact. And even with minimal impact, this is the amount of people that it takes to actually trek that far 5 days in, to then spend another 3 weeks there, to then walk out for another 5 days after.
Yeah, all of them.
Really cool to have that many people around you to help you learn more about the culture and to just kind of hang out.
Might have some more socks.
One of those tents.
That's our tent right there, Ben, huh?
Yeah, we're on the back left, and this was Tim's.
Oh, yeah.
So not way too many supplies. For an Himalayan expedition, this is pretty light.
Yeah, obviously most people who watch the show are familiar with what it took to, stage an Everest expedition, and this is a very different experience. It's a very different style of climbing.
Cheap.
Or alpine climbing, as they call it. 3 of our female porters, actually. They're lovely ladies. Especially her. She could take down everybody.
Better to go slowly, sir.
It's better to go slowly.
Tim.
All right, well, we're at base camp, dude, so tell us a little backstory. What's going on here, Tim?
Well, we just arrived at base camp in a small snowstorm. We got lost on the way here because we followed a 15-year-old Sherpa's advice. And so we wound up sort of on the wrong ridge. And we went back down this large hill and found the proper trail, so it took about 2 hours off our time. And then when we got here, there's a Austrian guide service here, and they've got like 1 million tents. They set up their poop tent in the middle of the trail, and their shower tent. We don't even have a shower tent, but it's very cold. And we've given all the Sherpas our clothes while they're waiting for their Sherpa tea and for their to get paid. So they're gonna get paid by Pasang and then tipped by me when they get their tea. But kind of a good way to end our little adventure with these Sherpas because they're all going back down now. Hopefully the weather's going to hold up for them. So far, everything is groovy.
Ooh, the First morning, first breakfast. Bluebird day out there. So we're at 15,500 feet now, and it's our first day kind of hanging out. We're setting up a dining tent right here. We're going to keep all our gear, our duffel bags, things like that in there to stay dry. And then we eat in this thing, which, just so you know, Josh, I requested a brighter colored dining tent for next year and for all you viewers too, so that you feel a little bit warmer because green tents make you feel cold. Just coming from an architectural background, that's definitely something I know to be true. And B, everybody in this whole film looks like they're frozen because they're in this freaking green light the whole time. You're like, yeah, boy, those guys are really having fun in their green light. Like a green cave. Go all the way over there to experience like the most beautiful mountains in the world and just live in a green nylon cave. Kind of counterintuitive, but yeah, you know.
I just want our river that runs through the middle of that thing in the afternoons to continue.
Oh man, I shot so much of that. I can't wait to see that in later episodes. Like the steam, the river, all that stuff. So there's the route. Starting at the center of your screen, shooting right, that's where we're going, and then back to the left. On top of that whole freaking thing. Huge. Big mountain. Small dudes.
Yeah. Still haven't found my hat, I guess, at this point in the trip. Just packed somewhere in my duffel. Couldn't figure out where it was. Tim was nice enough to lend me a hat that looked the same exact color as my jacket. It's not a fashion statement.
This morning, a whole lot of nothing. A lot of sitting around, waiting, seeing what the mountain reveals to us. See where things are coming down, where things are not coming down. Checking the route out. Gonna go through our gear, make sure it all made it here. That's pretty much it. Sunbathing.
Timothy Sheehan Clark.
Yes, sir. I am reflecting on the, just looking at the route and just thinking about it. Reaching down every once in a while to make sure I have the cojones. And just relaxing. Try not to think about too much. But I'm looking forward to getting up there, and that'll quiet my mind once we're up there. Maybe. And I kind of miss all of our Sherpas. I mean, our porters. The way they were all singing all the time. It was like a little family. But now I have you two. And what could be better?
I can think of a lot of things.
Well, but for now, perhaps. Drinking lots of water.
Constantly.
How about you?
We'll actually hear from Ben next week. How's that for a teaser?
Yeah, you will have to
teaser.
tune in next time. Same bad time, same bad place. Get ready.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting to be there at base camp. This is going to be home for the next 3 or 4 weeks for them, and a lot happens. It's going to be there's some really amazing episodes coming up. I'm very excited that we are finally switching from the approach to the actual climb, and next week has some of the most amazing footage you'll ever see. They get to actually take their first turn on the skis, and absolutely beautiful footage. Very, very excited to show it. And I think Ben gets a little bit excited on skiing down. Something just makes me think he was excited when he was doing that. I think
I find that hard to believe that we ever would document me being excited.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially about skiing.
It will all be clear next week, everyone. It will all be clear. You'll be laughing at Ben, I promise. I guess we'll just catch up next week and pick back up where we left off. So thanks so much, Ben.
All right, Jon. Thank you, man. Take care.
You too. And Josh, thanks so much as always. Really appreciate having you along.
Thanks for having me. Anytime.
And
Thanks.
we will get to hear more from Tim, because Tim will not be several kilometers ahead of them on the trek in anymore. Tim will be right there with them the whole time. So.
Suddenly he's the star. He'll be there a lot.
All right, everyone. We will catch up with you next week. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
The Rest of Everest is downloaded all over the world every day, and watching the show has become a part of many people's weekly routine. The show will always be free to download, but it's by no means free to produce. Please help me cover my costs by making a small monthly or one-time donation from the right sidebar on my website, and in return I'll give you some cool bonus materials. A donation of any amount will grant you access to some interesting video content, including high-definition versions of several podcast episodes. A one-time donation of $25 or more, or any of the monthly donation options, will additionally grant you access to a downloadable version of the film Everest: The Other Side, which episodes 1 to 61 are based on. I really cannot express how vital these donations are, and if you've made a donation, thank you so much. As always, our announcer is Marlon May, and our music is provided by Wendy Wu. Check her out at wendywoo.com. Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching The Rest of Everest. For more information on the expedition, please visit therestofeverest.com.